Living in abundance is a state of mind. It is an extremely simple concept. However, us as humans, we tend to put a lot of pressure on things, and living in abundance does not work that way. You cannot live abundantly when you're trying to constantly force things onto something. So, abundance is a state of flow, right? So instead of trying to put pressure on things, we are flowing, we are letting things go, we are putting our attention somewhere to whatever it is that we want, but we are not putting pressure. We're putting attention, not pressure. Because when you put pressure, now you have tension. Because now that there's tension, it almost feels like a not like a force, but I guess kind of, yeah, like you're kind of forcing it. Now there's no trying. This is kind of, you are applying the law of least effort. So when you set your attention on something, your intention follows. So what attention is, you are energizing something. You're putting your attention somewhere, you're energizing this idea. Your intention transforms your attention. So attention, energizing, intention, transforming. So they both work together. So how do we get what we want and not try? This is a confusing part, because we're like, if we want something, how are we going to get it if we're not trying? Well, look at nature. You have to look at nature. Nature naturally flows the way it's supposed to. And it's effortlessly. If sometimes we tend to complicate things and we look too deeply into things, but if you go out and sit in nature, you'll look around and how perfectly and seamlessly nature is. And it is perfectly divine. And it doesn't seem like anything's trying to do anything. Everything is just flowing. You have to apply that to your own life. When we harness the same forces of nature, which is harmony, love, and joy, we can effortlessly do the things that we want to do. We can create success, good fortune, effortlessly, but it's in that flow, that state of flow. Now, there's 3 different principles to applying the law of least effort. One is acceptance. So accepting how that day is going to go, because how it is how it is. And when we try to control things, again, we're putting resistance, we're putting pressure. But when we accept things the way that they are, and we don't go against the universe, because when you go against what is happening in front of you, you're also going against the nature of the universe. Does that make sense? Because you're trying to control an outcome. It's just like you're trying to control the universe. The universe is as it is right now. You make a commitment and accept everything the way that it is and the way that it occurs, because the whole universe is as it should be. And when you aren't compliant to this law, you are going against it. You're going against it because everything is happening as it should be. So don't fight it. Just allow it. Accept it. This is the circumstance. This is what I'm dealing with. It's raining today. Okay, it's raining today. What? You can't control the weather. So apply that same law to things that you do. If there's people that are bothering you that day, or just everything seems to be an inconvenience. Like, I had my plant set up on this table. My plant fell over and spilt all over my bed and all over my floor. I did not react to that at all. There was not a reaction on my face. I couldn't care less, because that plant fell. Okay, it already fell. If I react to it, I'm putting this negativity and this pressure on, I'm so stupid. I shouldn't have allowed that plant to fall. That's not your problem. The plant fell, it fell. Let it fall. Clean it up. Take a second. Clean it up. It's taken me a while to get to that point of, okay, this is what happened. I accept it. I accept there's going to be some dirt in my bed. I accept that there's going to be dirt in places maybe I can't get out of, but that is what happened. And that's what it is. Your feelings are not somebody else's fault. You have to accept how everybody else reacts around you. If you feel a certain way, that's your own fault, because you are in full control of how you feel. And if you're not, that should probably spark something within you to try and change that. Your reaction to things. How I reacted to that plant falling is how you need to react in life, is to think logically and not so much emotionally with your feelings, because your feelings are not facts. We know this. Your feelings, they're just composed of inner thoughts that you attach emotion to. And this causes anxiety and fear and all these different other emotions, but we're not trying to feel that. We're trying to feel happiness. We're trying to feel effortless. We're trying to have a life that is effortlessly seamless. The next principle is responsibility, okay? We're taking responsibility for everything that goes on in our lives. We are not pointing our finger, because when you start pointing your fingers, you are pushing that energy around, because you're like, oh no, this is just my circumstance, or oh no, this is just the cards I was held. No, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. And you need to realize that. You need to realize you're put in every situation because you're meant to be put in every situation that you've been put in thus far. And maybe it's for you to realize things, or for you to get out of this karmatic cycle. You know, there's some cycles that we get stuck into, and all problems are seeds to opportunities. This allows you to take a moment to transform it into a better situation. So when problems present themselves, you have to look like, okay, there's always a solution to the problems. There's always something that could be done about it. This is that transforming of energy that I've spoken about, where we take something negative, we turn it into something positive. We are transforming this energy. Now, reality is an interpretation, right? So we each have our own glasses. All of us see life through different lenses, right? We all have different perceptions of what we think life is, or what we feel that we should be experiencing. And some people live in a state of fear and anxiety, versus others live in a state of happiness and abundance. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be living in fear. I don't want to be living in anxiety. I hope you know that that is not what you're meant to be doing here. You're not meant to live in that state. A lot of people tend to accept it because they believe that that's just the way that they are, when that is absolutely not the truth. The truth is the exact opposite of that. If you look at nature, again, nature's effortlessly at ease. When you apply pressure to things, that's what causes that anxiety, that fear. And now every moment is as it should be. Accept the moment as is. Accept everything going on. Accept the breakups. Accept all the negativity. Accept. Yes, okay? Because there's magic when you start to accept things. There's magic when you stop putting resistance against things. Everything is happening as it should be. The universe is perfect. Everything is perfectly divinely created. God has created this perfect universe for us to take up space, to acknowledge that there are laws, there are consequences for every time you react to something. Now, the last principle is defenselessness. I don't have to prove my point to anybody. I could have my own point about something and not have to prove it to the next person. A lot of us don't realize how much energy we are stealing from ourselves to prove our point to somebody else who does not care. That person has their own opinion, and we're trying to constantly persuade other people. No, stop doing that. Stop doing that. You are taking so much of your own energy to just prove your point, and that person doesn't care. What are you doing? Stop doing that. We all need to stop doing that, because nobody's point is more valid than the next, unless we're talking facts. If we're talking facts, then it's like, okay, but this one is backed up. Yours is out the window. If there's no point to defend, there's no argument, there's no conflict, there's no defenselessness. We could just live in harmony. We're not going against anybody else's point. It's okay to disagree. It's okay not to agree on the same things or believe in the same things. That is okay. But don't try and defend your point to make your point seem better than. That's not getting anybody anywhere. You're just creating conflict. You're creating resistance. And we don't want that in the state of flow, in the state of abundance. We don't want that. Now, the only true way to experience this state of flow, we need to be present. We have to merge yourself in the present moment. When you do that, you experience just this harmonious life of, oh my gosh, I'm alive. Oh my gosh, the birds are singing. Oh my gosh, the trees are giving me oxygen. Like every single little thing excites you. And it's possible to get there, but you have to let go of the past and be present. And you are co-creating your future in the present moment. So the past needs to be left, the present needs to be merged into, while you're setting your attention to energize your intention to transform whatever ideas you have into the future. We have to remain open to all points of views, not just ours. We're not attaching ourselves to these ideas because we're not that. We're not other people's ideas. When we're not attaching ourselves to other people's opinions and ideas, we're able to flow. So we have to wait. We have to be present. We have to put our guard down. We have to accept our reality. And we have to take a deep breath before all these events happen, because they're going to happen. Things are going to happen in your life when you feel like you're so out of control, and that is okay. That's okay. Things are going to happen the way they're supposed to be. Everything is perfect. Everything is created perfectly. There's no mistakes in your life. There's no circumstance that you can't get out of, that you can't look at the seeds of opportunity to take yourself out of and retransform that situation. Everything is as it is. So stop putting resistance and start flowing into this new life of abundance. I'm so grateful to be back. I took a week off. I did take a week off because I was putting pressure on what I wanted to talk about, and the ideas I was talking about, it just didn't feel like it was flowing, and I can't put something out that I don't feel like is true to what I want to project out into the universe. So very happy I waited, and I'm happy that I was able to project something that can be felt, that is needed. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a beautiful, blessed week, and focus on this new path of least effort. We're focusing on detaching, removing our feelings from certain situations that we can't control. Thank you guys for listening, and have a beautiful, blessed week.